Have you ever wondered how rich people keep getting richer? We get told in school to avoid debt like it is a disease. However, rich people use debt to actually build empire. They use it to buy assets. They use it to actually legally avoid taxes. In this video, I'm going to show you how rich people use debt to actually make more money and what strategies that you can utilize that will work for you. Before we start, I would like to explain to you the difference between bad debt and good debt. So starting with bad debt. Bad debt is when you purchase an item that goes down in value, it depreciates in value straight away, like cars. So if you're buying an expensive cars, the value goes down. If you're buying flashy clothes, the value goes down too, expensive shoes, etc. Now, that's different when it comes to good debt. When you use the money to actually buy things like assets, like properties that grows in value, properties that you can buy and it works for you if you're renting it out. So that is good debt. Now, rich people concentrate on good debt. So they actually buy assets using debt that will then generate them an income at a later stage. Now, let's talk about the king of wealth building, which is real estate. I'm going to tell you what rich people do. Rich people buy properties and then they rent it out to people. And then what they do, they collect rent from these people and they utilize the rent to actually pay off the mortgage and then watch the property increase in value and make money from it, from selling it at a later date. The buyer rent a property worth 500k. They put 100k deposit and then 400k the mortgage that. Then they rent out the property to people and then the people covers their mortgage repayment and any interest, any maintenance cost. And then while these people are paying off the mortgage repayment for them, any interest that's involved, they watch the property, the asset appreciate in value and then they sell it at a later stage and they make money out of it. So if you actually think about what they're doing, they're controlling 500k worth of asset with only 100k deposit and the bank are keeping most of the risk. Now that's called leveraging. The next thing they do is that they use other people's money to start and then grow their business. For example, when rich people start a business, then what they do is that they approach the bank or other lenders or investors for money to actually utilize in starting the business and growing the business. I mean, if you think about it, why would you use 100k of your own money to actually start a business and grow that business when you can actually use 100k of someone else's money to actually start and grow the business? And this is what a lot of them do. For example, if you think of Elon Musk, the guy grew Tesla using mainly debt and equity and not just profit. The next one is debt and taxes. Rich people borrow money against their own wealth and don't pay any taxes on it. I might give you guys an example. If you sell your stock, you pay capital gain tax on it, but if you borrow against your stock, you don't pay any tax. Let's say you own 10 million worth of stock in Tesla. Now, if you needed money today, what you can do is actually borrow 5 million at a low interest and then use it however you want. Now, this is called a security-backed loan. The next one is using debt to actually scale investment. Have you ever heard of leverage investing? I might tell you what private equity firms do out there. They buy companies and then flip the company at a later stage to actually make a bit of profit. Now, they do this by just using borrowed money. It is a bit risky, but if you got the right strategy, you can actually use it to actually make profit out of it. I'm going to recap on everything. Rich people buy assets that generate them income. They borrow money against wealth, they don't sell it. They use debt to scale their businesses. They avoid taxes by leveraging, borrowing. And then they repeat this over and over again. So, debt is not evil. It is just a tool if it's used the right way. It can destroy you or help you create freedom that you need. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.